All right.
Yeah, you can go. Welcome, guys, to another Raid Shadow Legends video. Today we're gonna have like a more fun one. You might have seen the news already about more fragments are given out. A new champion is coming. You can see that over on DM's channel. We made a collab for his channel. Go check it out right now. It's been a ton of fun for this channel though. For this video, we're gonna do like a tiny little collab. It's been almost 2 months for me personally that I've been like a full-time content creator over here on YouTube. And we were talking with DM for a little bit, and he's like, I've been full-time for how long did you say?
Since April or the 16th of April 2019.
Yeah, so like more than 2 years, 2.5, somewhere there. So he has way more experience in being a full-time creator. We're gonna talk nothing too serious, but we're gonna give our thoughts on the whole thing. And if any one of you guys is ever interested in starting YouTube, not just games, go over to DM and just ask him because he knows everything about it. He's the go-to
He's asked
guy.
me the same question over and over and over again too. That would
Especially
be
the same
great.
question. So
How do I become famous? Just ask
how
that, and
how
I'll
do I
get.
make
I'll you turned up.
10,000 a month without putting in any effort,
You
please?
figure that one out. Let me know.
Before we get started, man, how you been doing? Everything well?
I'm doing great actually. Like weirdly enough, this is one of the better months of my life.
Yeah, because you
You know.
moved into a brand new place. It's like a whole change of pace, change of the environment. It
Yeah.
feels fresh. I'm guessing.
Yeah, man. I mean, the whole place is kind of it's kind of cool, man. I mean, I got a little bit bigger setup now, so I'm in kind of in the middle of a room now instead of just before I was kind of stuffed in a corner and it was a weird thing where I couldn't move around a lot. And now I got a lot
Mm.
more room. I've got a jacuzzi, I've got two fireplaces, and I'm living in a small cabin in Alaska basically. It's like I think 980 square feet or something. But
So
it's
it's pretty much confirmed you're gonna start doing like a hot tub Twitch stream, like
yeah, it's
after hours for those special subscribers
I
of
gotta
your
finish
channel.
the bikini body, but it's coming.
You're gonna go
By the
for a
way, that was
fake
gonna be
tan, I
my first
guess.
tip to check out this transition. I was gonna say that was gonna be my first tip in YouTube recommendations is get a good bikini body.
Oh man, unfortunately, it's not that easy for us. We are into content creation for games, for which is it's not games in general. For us, it's more like a single game. It's Raid Shadow Legends. So we've been playing this game for 2 years now, and it's for the most part making videos every day, right? And I find
I would
it
say, yeah, if not multiple a day. I mean, I would say basically all of us do a minimum of what 300 a year. I would think at a minimum.
at a minimum, yeah. And if you think about that, that's insane. That's insane
Yeah,
amount of content that we're pushing out and
yeah,
trying to get
yeah.
the
Yeah.
audience to capture
The
the audience with it.
I had a comment the other day, not to interrupt you, but it's very on point to this topic, which is that this guy was saying, because I was talking about, and I was kind of memeing on my own viewers about, the comments, because I was getting some troll comments and, just I was having fun with it. And one of the guys was like, you need to stop complaining. You have one of the easiest jobs in the world. I work 60 hours a week, and yet I still can't afford daycare and all this stuff. And I was like, I memed back at him, but I told him, I was like, dude, I legitimately work more than 60 hours a week. Like, it doesn't matter if you see the fact that we play video games. And I can go on this rant, and then a bunch of people are going to be like, oh, it's just another guy complaining about how hard this job is. But it's like, it's true. The little bit of what you do as a content creator is play the video game. Like, that is the smallest percentage of what makes you successful,
Yeah, yeah,
in my
I
opinion.
totally agree with that. It's not only about playing the game, and that's not our job. It's not our job to play the game. Our job is to play the game and then find a way to make something that's interesting enough to capture the audience with that. And we're talking about a big audience. We're talking 1,000 views every day, and it's not one person watching the video multiple times. It's 1,000 people, 1,000 unique
Yeah.
views every day. It might be the same viewers every single day, but it's still you're getting that person to be interested enough in your channel to watch it and say, okay, this guy is either interesting, entertaining, both. I'm gonna find something valuable out of this guy. Something I'm gonna improve my knowledge of the game. Anything, and it's a
And there's
process.
multiple types of people that want multiple different things. You have to appeal. Like some people only want instructional videos, and that's why they search for you. But what they really want when they get there is somebody that's instructional and speaks like their learning language. That either has the visual way they understand things, or orates the way that they understand things, or goes through, I mean, people learn things differently. So you might have people that like different styles of content, etc. So you have to, as a YouTuber, also realize that if you really hone in on only one thing, like it's like the only thing I'm going to do is make funny videos or whatever, but I'm not going to open myself up to other people, then you're limiting your market as well. And so it's also very difficult, in my opinion, to make good YouTube videos. And I'm not saying I make even good YouTube videos or I'd be bigger and have more views than I am. It's hard to get to that level of high quality that appeals to a very wide audience base, and as you grow appeals to more and more people, because that is the goal, is essentially that, go mainstream or viral, whatever the word is that people use in this day and age.
Yeah, because you're looking to improve. You're looking to go like an upward trending line, to say, and like you want your views to be higher than the previous month, and that means you're growing. That means you're also improving. You're not stagnant, and it's a challenge in itself. Like I've been full-time content creator for 2 months. Okay, before this, I used to work up until 7 8 p.m. every single day. During that, throughout the day, I would have ideas for content, or I would see something. Bless you.
Jesus got me.
Don't worry,
Tickled my nerve.
didn't go in the video.
I,
No
I had
edits
the
here.
mute. I had the mute real quick. You saw that? I got that.
Ah, see that it's the 2 year experience in this.
Panic
so
button.
like I used to have like a job where it took a big part of my day, and then I would come home. I would be tired, but I would still want to go and work out, because I found that working out helped a ton with the stress that I would have because of my job that I used to have. and and then I would have to make a video or put some time for my girlfriend if it was a weekend, or a Friday. And it took a ton of my day. And obviously the lockdown helped a ton, because it basically forced me to stay inside, and it forced me to be productive, at least with something other than just work. And I became full-time 2 months ago. I find the biggest struggle is your
Congratulations, by the way.
thanks, man. Appreciate it. The biggest struggle I've found so far for me is getting a schedule down, so that okay, you gotta make videos now, or you have to improve in a way that this is your job now. You are accountable only to yourself, and you need to. I think I am not showing respect to myself when sometimes I don't have a schedule. Like I said, I was gonna do like a streaming schedule. I find that that's a big
I've made that mistake many, many times, especially with the streaming schedule. I've set like 5 different streaming schedules over these years, and people show up at other times, and it has hurt my streaming a lot. I mean, like a lot. Like, I mean, you know that because it's like I have a decent viewer base and I've got multiple channels and all that. But on Twitch, like if I'm having 100 viewers, like I'm having a good day. You know what I mean? Like I don't get a lot of viewers, and a huge chunk of that is doing a really bad job at consistent scheduling. And I think that that also bleeds into YouTube. Like I try to do a video every day in the morning before like noon or 1 p.m. my time at like the latest, and that's sort of my schedule. But if I did them in advance and literally had them schedule out till 6 a.m. every day, that would be the ideal time for my audience, and I know that because of my data. But it's just not the format of my channel, which is everything's done on the fly. So it's hard for me to really do that schedule and have it still be kind of the type of content I do. But I will say 100% I've hurt myself by not having a good schedule for sure.
yeah. It's something that I have had in the back of my mind, to make a schedule for at least the streaming. and then try to improve in other areas, maybe editing and stuff like that. But I found also editing to be taking a big part of your day. When you're doing daily content, it's not as easy as you think to edit videos in a, well, in a better manner than what we're editing now. And now what I edit mostly is maybe me, skipping some words, and maybe editing some ums and hums, and you might say throughout the video. I edit those out sometimes. In the majority of my videos now, I try to avoid them, since I've learned to kind of pace myself compared to my first video. But it's all about growing steadily, I found. And one of the biggest
I
tips,
mean,
if any of you guys are ever interested in making videos, is one of my biggest tips I ever give is just start. That's what I say.
yeah. Dude, okay, so that was one of the best tips anyone ever gave me. When I had 2,000 subs, the first person who decided to, like, reach down and help me out was Mobile Gamer, and Mobile Gamer is always gonna be some person that I, like, say was a great guy and helped me out a ton because he did, and one of the bits of advice he gave me, he said somebody else gave him, which helped him a lot, and I've passed it along to as many people as I can, and it's sort of a obvious common sense. But it's no one's watching the videos that you didn't make. Like, there's there if you're just starting, there is no such thing as negative progress because you can make a new channel. And what people don't understand is that when you make a channel from the beginning, you have a very good shot at getting some growth from the beginning. Okay? But you have to know exactly what it is that channel is going to be about. You have to have everything that's needed to make sure YouTube knows what you want your channel to be about. And then you have to provide the content about what your channel is about well. But if you do all that from the beginning of a new channel and then have the correct timing, because there has to be timing, because you have to know people are going to be looking for what it is you're providing, unless you're going into a big saturated market, and that's a different strategy. You can actually grow a new channel from fresh pretty quickly, in my opinion.
Yeah. So you see, guys, here is the experience of a proper pro in this, because DM, if you guys don't know, has made channels in the past. You might know his Marvel channel, you might know his main channel, you probably know his main channel rather than his Marvel channel, but he has made other channels than this, and they had some growth, like over 1,000 subs. You would say that you reach that, at least that point where you can be monetized, which is the
Yeah,
1,000
my
subs mark.
second my second channel got the 1,000 subs the first month, and then the second month it got to 23,000 subs and 1.2 million views. But then there was a time, like I said, timing has a lot to do with it. So I got 20K subs in a month, but this month I'm going to get like 1,000 subs because it's getting growth again. But a large part of it was timing and planning. So um, I'll give you another example. So my buddy, he is a phenomenal guitar player, and he's been doing a lot of planning to make a YouTube channel based around his guitar playing. He's come over and we've recorded a lot of times actually for the song he wants to do, but it's never been implemented yet. So there can be a balance of too much planning to too little action for sure. And I'm not saying that's what happened there, but it's like I think sometimes the the fear of doing can overweigh the fear of missing out. And really you should have a fear of missing out on YouTube more than you should have a fear of failing at it, because it's like if you fail at it, how many people saw you fail? Well, no one, because you failed. So what does it matter?
Yeah, it's just get into, if you're ever interested in content creation. I'm not talking just about games. If it's something that I say this even to my friends who now know that I do YouTube. I used to hide it from my friends because I don't know, I just used to hide it. And after a point I was like, guys, I do YouTube. And like recently I told them, guys, I'm going full time. They were like, what? Is it really that good? And I said, well, it's not, I'm not buying a Lamborghini, but it's been better than my job, and I want to follow this for now and see where it takes me, because it's something unique that I think I will never have this opportunity again in my life. And and I tell them, like, if you have something that you can talk on a camera, or just show, you don't even need to talk, or just show in a video and think that people will like it, just do it. Like I have a buddy of mine, he likes fishing. Tell him, just get a camera, do it with your phone and upload something, and see how it goes. Just as long as it's
Just
something
you
that you
know,
like and you can transfer that feeling that you get from that sport or whatever, that hobby, then you're bound to find other people who enjoy it.
I agree. So, I mean, it's much like anything, you have to get started. So that's one bit of advice. And then once you start, keep within the same genre. Like right now, I have this problem on my Marvel Future Revolution channel. In my opinion, they're going the wrong way with the game, and kind of audience retention is becoming a huge problem with the game. So I have this issue where I put a poll up on my channel, and literally 70% of the people of my subscribers, and there was like 5,000 votes, okay? 70% of the people said it's time for a new game. Like that's not a good statistic to see on your channel. And so
Yeah.
I'm in this position where I have to move basically topics, which is really bad to do. So what you want to do from the beginning is make sure you're focused on one topic you can stay in. So because it's a Marvel game channel, I basically have to go to another Marvel related mobile game. So it really makes my options limited in order to know that my audience base is going to be even interested in this type of content. If I suddenly become a fishing channel, it's not going to work. But if I go to something that I know my audience is already interested in. So if you're starting from the beginning and you're like, oh, my fishing video didn't work, then you put out my four-wheeling video didn't work, and then you do, okay, well, my what video game thing didn't work. It's like, well, you're also telling YouTube you do 18 million different things and it hasn't figured you out yet. So it's not going to show the people that might want your content because it doesn't know what you are, so it doesn't know who to show. So make sure that you are showing up for work in terms of YouTube's eyes and giving YouTube what it needs to know in order to be able to actually promote your content. Think of YouTuber like your agent, and if you show up to your agent every day, I'm like, look, I can juggle. He's like, cool, okay, you're a juggler. Let me work with that. Next day, you're like, did you see I'm a fire breather? And then he's like, okay, maybe I can do fire breather. And then you show up and you're like, I bought lawn equipment. I'm going to start a lawn business. He's like, what
Yeah,
the fuck
yeah.
are we doing?
You can't be like trying to pivot all the time in one channel. It's I would say you can start thinking about other channels once you have like a main channel already figured out. We are in that position right now where we have our main channel figured out, and then we can try and pivot in other games, but it might be the best way forward to do it in a different channel rather than our main channel. Similar to what Ash did. Like Ash is a great example. He has Clash. Is it Clash of Clans? Clash of Clans, right?
Clash of Clans and Clash Royale.
Yeah,
Yeah, but mostly
he
Clash
he
Royale.
has like almost a million subs on that channel, and then he made a raid channel, which is only raid on that channel, and it's totally different than what his main game was, and that's what we should be doing, I would say, at least in our genre, which is game content creation, daily uploads,
I
and that kind of
completely
thing.
agree. I basically ripped off his name scheme, which I thought was brilliant, which is you just do your name, colon, and then the name of your game for search engine optimization. So when I made my channel, I made a DM Marvel Future Revolution. I was like, I love the way Ash did it. I'm just going to basically blatantly steal that idea. And I noticed that there's tons of other people that do this. Like Cynical Alex renamed his sub channel exact same thing with the name of the thing. And like, so there's tons of people that do this route of like name plus the game, because once again, it's reconfirming the idea of consolidating what your channel is about. So that way it's when somebody thinks about the thing, when they have that thought about, okay, I'm thinking about Marvel Future Revolution, they associate that thought with you. So they go looking for you. That's essentially what it is. I mean, if someone wants to know what a hot take is on the latest Plarium drama, they're going to probably go to my channel. I mean, that's probably what my channel is about. If there's someone looking for a clan boss calculator, they're probably going to go to Deadwood's channel.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
I mean, so everyone's got their thing, and that's what you want. You need a brand, but you don't need this huge overarching brand. You just need a general concept of your channel that's very easy to have consistently be brought back up, if that makes sense.
yeah. It definitely makes sense. And And yeah, guys, if you're ever interested in content creation, you can always seek out advice from us. But it's all about starting. As I said, just get started. Don't worry too much about equipment because I started on a laptop, and you can slowly grow into more of that if you see that it's working or if you see that it's something that you love. It doesn't always have to be about the money. You might make enough money from your job, but it might be like a hobby that gets you to be creative or gets you to, like, for me, the majority of my videos, it took me a long time to get monetized on YouTube, but I found that in the months even before I got monetized, it helped me with public speaking, like speaking to others or speaking in front of a crowd. It helped me immensely, and it also helped me practice my me speaking English. Although my English is at a good level,
Great.
I never practiced it as much as talking in front of a camera and realizing that you might need to improve your vocabulary a little bit.
Really
So
good points.
yeah, it's, and also it's
Good
not
points to think
impossible. It's
about.
not impossible to do it if you're a foreign speaker. It's another point there.
YouTube has also weirdly helped me with like my confidence. Like I have always had like, and I'm not gonna go too much of like a sob story, but I've always had anxiety, depression problems, which can also affect like confidence when you're in a scenario of groups of people and stuff. And not confidence like, oh, you're looking at the ground, the type of stuff, but I mean like insecurity, like feeling anxious, stuff like that, right? And so being on YouTube and talking so much and probably dealing with a lot of the YouTube comments we deal with too, to be honest, and also like you're saying, talking into the camera and being able to explain and orate your ideas better and thought process better has helped me in the real world with relationships way more than I would have ever thought because it's when I'm explaining something to somebody, I can do it way easy. Dude, my cat.
It's your cat. It's fine.
You hearing this, right?
Yeah, yeah.
What up, here? She wants to play. She's got her toy out. She's like, dude, come hang out with me. Anyway, and she's fine. She just wants to play.
Yeah,
But no,
just
it's YouTube has helped a lot with, it's both helped and hindered mental health in a way.
yeah. I have to add on to that just to close things off. YouTube is not the crazy job that you might think. It definitely has tons of benefits, and that's why I decided to go to this job over my previous job. I don't even consider it a job. I think of it as
Lifestyle for me.
it's me, really. It's not a job. Like I don't, okay, what am I doing today? I have nobody to tell me what to do. I have to decide on what's gonna be the, how are you gonna grow this that you've decided to be full-time on, how you decide to do this business. And it's not
You know what it's
an
called,
easy business
coldbrew?
to do. What?
You know what it's called? You are
What?
an entrepreneur.
I don't even like that word to say it out loud. It feels weird. It feels pretentious.
Yeah, maybe it is, but I mean, AKA business owner. You know, I mean, you're on your own grind, bro. You don't get like basically you're not an economic slave for somebody else at the moment. You're an economic slave to yourself. So it's like if you don't make the money, cold brew, you ain't paying your rent. If the viewers don't like it, you ain't eating, buddy. So it's really balls to the wall when you're full time. So it's and when
Yeah,
you go
it is.
full time, you learn quick.
It's a different kind of stress. Definitely different kind of stress. Like you're waiting to see if there's sponsors coming. You're waiting to see, oh, this video did bad. The ads didn't perform as well as they used to. There's a ton of things behind it. So don't think of it as a magic solution to your problems. And just do it if you want to. Don't do it if you don't. It's like the video I posted yesterday, or was it 2 days ago? I'm like, nobody's stopping you. Nobody. Actually, it's only you
Nailed it.
stopping you, I guess. Right?
I loved that take on it because it's like I said, no one's watching the videos you don't make. Most of the time when I see people complaining about content creators, they've never made a video in their life. And it's like you realize that 99% of the time it's like we just woke up and we have to make another video that day. So we go out there, we find the topic, we talk about it, and really what you're getting is the non 24/7 version of like those creepy shows where it's just you watch people live all the time. I mean, people who make videos like every day like us, it's like a weird version of the Truman Show. So you
Yeah, you see them growing up.
yeah, I mean, we become less of a person and more of like some kind of business corporation entity, the viewers sometimes, which is a little bit of a bummer. So if you get that feedback to yourself as a content creator and you feel like as you grow, people see you as like less of a person and more of like a channel, that's fairly normal. I think that kind of comes with the territory.
Right, man. Any wise words before we close this off?
Yeah, I mean, I think if you I mean, there's a lot of them, but, like, if I had to make one big point, if you make videos that you like. Like, the best tip I can make it is try to make yourself laugh while you're making the video. If that's, what you're into, try to make yourself enjoy the video while you're watching it. Anytime I've ever put a video out where I was like, I'm bored by my own video, so is everyone else, and you already know it. So, I mean, try to make videos that you're proud of. Like, I don't put videos on my channel that I'm not okay with. You know what I mean? You gotta
I've re-
stand by your product all
I'm
the time.
100% behind that. I've recorded many videos in the past that didn't even go past the editing phase. I started editing. I was like,
Yeah,
no, no, there's no chance. I mean,
yeah.
I can upload a video where I look maybe a bit tired or a bit sleepy. I'm fine with that. But if I know the quality of what I'm showing or what I'm doing is bad, then I won't upload it.
100%.
And it,
I did this just yesterday, the Marvel Future Revolution reaction stream. I did 45 minute where I, like, reacted to the whole thing, but I was, like, pretty negative during it, and I was like, I wasn't fair and reasonable to these people. Deleted the video, went back, then cut it, edited, made a new one, new take, it was reasonable, non-emotional, all that. I was like, "That's a better version." So you gotta do that sometimes. But that's the last closing point. We could go on for literally hours on
yeah,
this
we can
topic because,
talk
I mean,
about it. It's
there's
already
so
been
many.
like 26 minutes, but
And we gotta
um,
save something for the Patreon where they have to pay for the YouTube tips anyway.
yeah. Pay
So,
pay for it. I haven't done a Patreon yet, but I will. I will, and you have to pay. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Go check out DM's video. We talk about Raid and what's coming for the last part of this month with Raid. A ton of fun stuff. If you're ever interested in content creation, just use Google. It's gonna help you a ton and get started. Thank you, guys. See ya.
don't forget to sell out.